Melbourne City man runs away disappointed. Nazril. El Ghazani again feeds it down the line. Less than half an hour for these two sides to keep themselves in this competition. Already a dozen or so countries have qualified for the next round. As that again comes into the middle for Indonesia. It's been a little bit more even though in this second half. Indonesia not quite dominating possession and territory in the way they did the first. Because that's how it feels. Little ding ball inside, that was nice. However, just a little bit too far there in front of Dimas Adi. Asian sides, both the Koreas have made it through, Korea Public and Korea DPR. No Central American side as yet, but the South Americans of Venezuela have made it through, as have Brazil. Quite a number of European sides have made it through, led by England, who were the first to actually in third place in their group. I'm thinking of the senior side. They were the first team to qualify for the Senior World Cup from UEFA. That was a sliding challenge that was a bit ugly by Arzu. Denzel Arzu, one of the 16-year-olds in this side. There aren't many of them. It's another man who plays for Olympia. A little bit too enthusiastic there in that challenge. Coming through Fendi Ahmad. Ivandra Forasta again over the ball. This time a little dinked one into the area. Well dealt with. Got out to Mierza. Mierza! Deflected. Who off though? It'll be a corner. It's a nice ball in, but it was well dealt with early on by the centre-back Palacios. Mierza though followed up. Too many white shirts in the way though. Well, neither of these two sides will probably get through even with a win now, unless there's a goal rush between now and the end, and there's been no evidence so far to suggest that there will be one. Oh, another video support card has been issued. Are we after another penalty? First of all, is it offside? Could well be. So, next question is the handball from the shot by Mierza. Well, I don't think it's from the Palacios header. It'll be from the shot here. Well, hands are behind the back for a start. Even if that has hit him, he's turning round, to be fair, but you can see him hands hard against the body, which you could argue is not a natural position. So the two coaches summoned. So yeah, no penalty. That means that video support card will be lost. Oh yeah. Nora Arianto. However, Indonesia do get the corner. Will be taken by Fabio. Fabio sends it in. That was well kept in at the near post, actually. It was not a terrifically accurate corner kick. Now a chance for Suazo. That's going to be a free kick the other way, though. A little bit unnecessary, because they probably would have ended up having a throw-in or at least good possession in that half, but instead chucked it away completely. Suazo knew. We are halfway through the second half, and it's Honduras 1, Indonesia 1. Nice ball. Here comes Evandra again. It's a really good ball into the middle, but Fabio unable to take advantage with the goalkeeper looming above him. It's a lovely ball in. That's a defender's nightmare, but Fabio Azca unable to get there in time. Having played the second half in the second game against Zambia. It's a good turn. Flores. Back into the path of Amador. Alfaro, 17 attempts at goal now. 6 of them have come in this second half. 7 shots on target. But again, you wouldn't call them big chances as they're called these days. Clear-cut chances as we used to call them. Suazo not happy that the referee runs away from his appeal for a free kick. And Indonesia run up the other end of the pitch on a counter-attack. That's a neat clearance. Away by Flores, who had dropped all the way back into defensive midfield to help out his players. That's where Venezuela are in a strong position, 2-0 up against Haiti. And that's because England are beating Egypt, who were leading Group E. So that's about to swap round. That does England's chances a great deal of help as well, if they can hold on to that. Only 25 minutes in, though, those 2 games. The other 2 games that are happening at the same time as these ones, as Panji disappears over the advertising hoarding. A bit too much enthusiasm coming from Oliver there, trying to get his hands on his ball after trying to get his feet on the ball. Long ball in, here it comes again. That's a whopping great throw. I've seen long throws become de rigueur again in the English Premier League of late, having gone out of favour for a few years. Honduras look like they've got one. He's got elastic bands in his shoulders. That's where South Korea and Switzerland confirmed their places in the knockout rounds. Switzerland top of Group F, followed by South Korea. Mexico losing out, so they remain on 3 points with a goal difference of 0. And when you consider the goal differences of the 2 teams on display here today, that shows you the uphill task they have. Indonesia with a free kick. That's a decent ball into the middle, but again, it's not very dangerous and over the top. It's a good delivery by Ivandra. Baker again couldn't keep it down. Inside the last 20 minutes. Still 1-1. Both these sides at the moment heading out of the competition in third and fourth, Indonesia and Honduras respectively. It wasn't an awful lot that the Honduran goalkeeper Valladares could do about that. What a thumping drive that was from the left-sided midfielder. Look at this, bang! And his first goal at Indonesia back in front with 17.5 minutes to go. And hope for the knockout stages is raised once more. Well, in a match that's been bereft somewhat of real attacking quality, that was the best moment of the match. And here they come again. This time, though, it goes wide from Andy Ahmed. Suddenly, all of the pressure is coming from the Asian side. Ivandra, who started off with his penalty, shoots from distance. Well, it's a measure of how bad the shooting from distance has been, and that's the best one so far in the game. That one only a few feet over the bar. You can hear the joy coming from the Indonesian fans. Quite like that song, actually. However, they won't like it if Honduras come back here, mistaken, trying to distribute the ball out of midfield by Indonesia, and they've been let off by an injudicious tackle from a Honduran. There's a tackle from Fandli Ahmed, which didn't look that great. 5 minutes to go. Indonesia have led twice in this match. They conceded an equaliser barely 2 minutes after they took the lead. Their lead has lasted 3 minutes now. Hoiked away by Oliva. Nice little turn by Nazril, but into trouble in the end. Panji is the man holding his head, the Indonesia skipper. As you would expect, 90 minutes in both the games so far for the man with the captain's armband on. He's in Bali for club football. That was the goal, though. Well, if you're going to have a match winner, why not do it from outside the area? The balance involved in that was superb. He got his first touch. Well, we're not going to see any more of the Indonesian skipper. He's going to have to be replaced. The man who will come on to replace him is Lucas Raffaelli. Meanwhile, there's also going to be a substitution for Honduras as well. So Christopher Vega is going to come on. He is on the right-hand side. So Honduras are bringing on a defender, as indeed are Indonesia. Indonesia probably needing the defender more than Honduras at the moment by virtue of the fact they're in front. Indonesian fans delighted. So then the skipper is carried off. It's Arana who is going to come off for Honduras.
Substitution for Indonesia.
Final minute. Just confirmation there, Panji coming off to be replaced by Lucas. All charged down. Need to get the ball forward here, Honduras. They are running out of time fast. And they need 2 goals really to give themselves any hope indeed of going through as one of the best third-place teams. They're very hard in there. Ivandra Florasta is the man who was on top of things there, literally. He's the man who's got the captain's armband now that the centre-back Panji has been taken off for treatment. Alberto gives the ball away and gives possession away. 10 minutes to go. 80 minutes on the clock. There's a foot left into the challenge there by Vega, who's just come on. However, Indonesia continue on anyway, and they've crafted quite a good opportunity. That goes wide there from Dimas Adi. Nice little weave around there. There was no other options perhaps on, although I say that, but Metza had carried on through and could have received another little ball through, and then it would have been him against the keeper. Honduras with under 9 minutes to do something about this 2-1 deficit is Suazo. What a bad ball in from Suazo. It's almost a very good ball. Two players went for it, one with the head, one with a flailing kick. That was Medina. Neither could make contact. And Medina almost got there and took it off the boot of Areola. Instead, it'll be brought away by Baker. Long fishing trip of a ball forward that Metzer can't collect and ends up knocking over his marker in any case. Yeah, pretty clear. Running straight into Palacios. So running into Arzu, excuse me. Surprisingly, Honduras now speeding everything up, including the throw-ins. Their World Cup campaign. Rather spiralling down the plug hole at the moment. What did they really manage to get the plug in the first place to help build up their hopes throughout this competition? It's been a demoralising experience. They are trying to come forward here with Flores. Suazo. Need both of them in the box, really. Suazo's trying to go through. He goes down. Referee has not given a penalty. I thought he was pointing at the penalty spot there for a second. Suazo looks at his coach. Great run by the forward. Contact with Al Ghazani. So then, video support review has inevitably been served. Makes sense at this point anyway. So the first thing is no offside. There's no handball there by Flores either. So then we start to watch Suazo. He cuts back inside. I'm not quite sure what they're going to tell from that wide angle. We need to be right up close. As Malvin. Has he just run into? There is a leg forward by Al Ghazani. Could that be interpreted as obstruction rather than a foul? Because if it is obstruction, it would be a free kick, an indirect one. What's the referee going to decide? Not surprisingly, Marin Babu completely in agreement. Well, I think he's just keeping counsel. They probably knows the defender just stood his ground. Desperation by Suazo, desperate to get something. Reagan Bodden is about to come on, one of those who was dropped from the starting lineup. And he comes on for Amador. Off goes the midfielder. On comes a forward. Not surprising. They've got to throw everything they can now at the Indonesia goal. Literally, here it comes. Another massive throw into the middle, causing problems. Here is Flores. Hits it against an Indonesia defender, and it's that man there, the man who scored the opening goal and has taken the captain's armband as well. Forasta with the complete performance. Going to be another one coming in though. Here it comes again from Oliva. Almost cleared the entire pitch with that. Well, there'll be a few coaches who will be looking at that long throw, I think, and evaluating what's possible. Flores went up for it. That is a corner kick in everything but name. That throw from Oliver. We saw in the first half, he threw it from his deep inside his own half, deep inside the second half. He's got so much power in those arms. Indonesia just getting rid of it anywhere with 3 minutes to go. Honduras at the moment on course for a third straight defeat. Indonesia on course for their first points in Group H that will already be taken by Zambia or Brazil. 81 minutes gone there as well, and Zambia still leading thanks to the goal after 26 minutes by Jonathan Kalimina. All in. Goalkeeper gets something on it, but the referee has blown for a free kick on the Indonesia shot stopper. Decent enough ball in by Martin. But goalkeeper did get there and then was put under undue pressure, according to our referee. Nicely done. Suarzo on his way again. Looking inside. Chance here at the last. Borden immediately into the action, but smothered by Rajasa, who's not had much to do in the first half, but what he has had to do, he's done well. And Borden will go into the book almost immediately. The referee are judging here that he was never in with a chance of getting to this ball and slid in on the goalkeeper. And a yellow card as well against Zambia too. He's one of those who would have been suspended for the next game had Honduras qualified. So another substitution coming up then. Ilham Romadona is going to come on for the last few seconds. I would imagine that the fourth official was getting the minutes added on board ready, and all of a sudden he's got to change that and put up the substitution board instead. There is it, 1 minute. Managed to get that job done first. It's not an awful lot of time added on at the end of this. Merza is going to come off. There is Merza Ferjalotula. He's led the line well in this game. Best chance came in the first half, where he followed up on Ivandra's shot at goal with a rebound that went over. Replaced by Romadona. He was also a bit part player in the first two games, although not as bit part as this one. Brazil have equalised in the other game. That puts them back at the top of the Group H standings once more, heading into time added on at the end of that game as well. Well, the Zambians will be sick with that if that stays the way it is, because it will hurt them in terms of the seeding for the knockout stages. Put it into context, the team that is the best in the group stages will take on the team that was the worst of the top 8 third place teams, and it works backwards from there. So it's certainly within your interest to be as high up the seedings as possible. Coming across was Aida Bagus, Putuchia. Fabio is going to take the resulting throw in. He's got quite an arm on him as well. Well, this all serves Indonesia's purpose well. It's a yellow card for time wasting, one assumes, for Fabio. Well, we only had 1 minute added on. That's gone to 7 minutes now. Decent ball in, and a good header out by Arzu. I'm sure that ball said 1 minute at the end. It was, I guess, the fourth official got a little bit confused with all of the, and that's going to be a yellow card as well for Alberto. He's not one of those who is on the threat of a yellow card ban yet, but first yellow card in the competition. Corner comes back in again. On it comes Baker with another header, but he couldn't get any purchase on it from the ball forward by Evandra. I guess it's been the game we were expecting. Both sides have struggled in attack through the competition so far. Their defences couldn't cope with the likes of Zambia and Brazil, but they have been able to cope with each other. Here it comes again. It's a decent ball in, and it bounces through easily for Rajasa again. He really can throw that ball. I've never seen anybody who can throw it quite as far as him. Only 17. He'll only get stronger. Well, the Indonesians are celebrating. Here it comes again. Palacios with the attempt forward. They've come back the other way, though. As you can see, though, not many Indonesians coming forward, and it's whacked forward again by Valladares. However, straight to an Indonesian player. Here's Evandra. Evandra can see some space on that far side and delivers a lovely ball, but he's offside. On that far side is Fabio. Well, he's been the man who has done his best to drive them forward all the way through this competition in possession, has Evandra. Got them off and running in this game. For me, he's been the player of the match. I don't know what you think. That was a complete wipeout. Final minute of the minimum 7 added on at the end of the game, and a yellow card comes out for Ali Ghazani. Again, not one of those who was in danger of a ban. Picks up his first yellow of the tournament. Not sure 2-1 is going to be enough, though, for Indonesia to contain their interest, maintain their interest, as Honduras players are beginning to lose their heads now. knowing that they'll be heading home in fourth by the looks of it. They're only young, 16, 17 years old. This is a big competition, a lot of scrutiny, even if it's only under 17s. This is where the growing happens. Free kick in. Oh, it's pinged around all over the place. Ironically, it was Ivandro who didn't know where it had gone as it rebounded off of his leg. Suazo, surrounded by red shirts though. Suazo again has it, trying to lead them home on his own. Suazo needs to get the ball in. 3 are there if he can get it in. It's well blocked though. Everybody in a red shirt though back almost inside their own box, which is allowing Honduras to launch a series of attacks. There's the latest one! A punch from Rajasa. And the referee blows, and it's disappointment, a 3rd straight defeat for Honduras, but the first points and a first win for Indonesia. It may not be enough to send them through to the knockout stages of this FIFA Under-17 World Cup.